Because Nick Aldis is nobody's pushover.
Look at him in the suit, like, you know, just there, like, I will eat you.
God, that's a good-looking dude. Hang on, quick question. Who is really winning in that relationship? Mickey James because she's married to him? Or Nick Aldis because he's married to her? That is a whole lot of winning right there.
Apparently. Logan Paul will not only hold on to the US title, he will also get the Intercontinental title too and merge them.
This time of year, I'm reminded of that Christmas classic by the Waitresses, Christmas Wrapping. Don't think I have the energy to add to my already mad rush just 'cause it's 'tis the season. The perfect gift for me would be completions and connections, and I am happy to report to you, ladies and gentlemen, out there in Wrestling with Egos land, we're making some completions and connections tonight because the boys are back in town. We're back together again. I am Brian, the intellectual savior of the wrestling masses, and I am proud to be joined tonight on Wrestling with Egos by the loudest man in the room and the angriest man in the room most of the time, Patrick. Good evening, sir.
Cheers to you.
Cheers to you. And the funniest guy in the room from Birmingham, England, our friend from across the pond, Kd Hinken. How are you, good sir?
Cheers to me, and I'm very good, thank you.
Cheers to all of you. And cheers to all of you out there in Wrestling with Egos land. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever it is that you celebrate this time of year. We want to thank you for making us a small part of your wrestling Christmas holiday week.
Yeah.
And if you don't celebrate anything, we hope you have a great weekend.
Yes.
You know what? I was going to say that as well. You beat me to it. I like that. Same wavelength. That's good.
Same wavelength. We're putting a ribbon on the year that was 2023 tonight on Wrestling with Egos. We're going to talk bold predictions, sure to be incorrect. Don't worry about it. We're basically 0 for the show on bold predictions in the time that we've done this.
It's like getting underwear and socks from Santa every year on this show.
Pretty much, you're guaranteed to be disappointed. Don't take anything we say to Vegas.
Not the good kind of socks or underwear. We're talking the big, long, fucking white tube socks and tighty whities.
Which have their place, but, you know. And then we're going to have some fun, although it hasn't happened much lately. We're going to talk about the matches that we queue up when the current wrestling product makes us sad or angry or, you know, depressed or anything like that. So we want to brighten our day. Maybe
remember the good old days.
Wrestling treasure chest tonight by doing some of those. But I'll send it around the horn a little bit. Kd, how is your week going? What are you looking forward to for the holiday? And let's hear it.
I mean, I'm looking forward to a good Christmas, but by the time people hear this, I had a very good Christmas.
This is true. So may your New Year dreams come true.
There you go. I'm planning to do like some Christmas dinner. I don't know what I'm planning to do. I'm cooking up, like, I've got a turkey, so I got all that. I'm planning to do, I think, some roast potatoes, and I'm gonna make all the stuff. I think I really enjoy, like, the day before, like reading like random things to do. You know, I'm like, I'll try this time. I'll do some of that, like goose fat, like potatoes and that. I made really good mash last year too. Banging mash. Can't remember what was in it, but some cool stuff in it. I like mustard and all that shit.
You want Katie to send you from Birmingham, England, via FedEx?
Fish and chips.
I could do that.
I have never had what the Brits would consider proper fish and chips. Wow. And that is something that I truly want to experience at some point, because I do love fish.
I'm not going to lie, it's overrated.
Is it fish and chips if you don't put the malt vinegar on everything?
No.
I mean, it is. But why?
Jesus Christ, I'm an American that put malt vinegar on it.
Malt vinegar is
In my opinion, chips are boring as heck, like even with the vinegar and salt on anyway. Like you have to have mushy peas or like some curry sauce on there, you know. Chip shop curry sauce, man, it's banging. It's not really like curry sauce at all. It's got like floating bits of onion in it, but it's so nice. I don't even know why. It's so good.
See, what you call chips in America, we call steak fries, and people here just put fucking ketchup on it. And, you know, we're happy with that. No, trust me. I would much rather if I go somewhere and they give me the big ass, thick ass freaking steak fries or chips like at Red Robin, I'm like, give me the damn malt vinegar.
Yeah, I'm more of a fry man, so you know. It's kind of nice though about England.
I don't discriminate. I don't discriminate. Steak fries.
The only thing,
steak fries or chips, French fries.
I took
browns, tater tots.
The other day because he was home with me by himself because daughter was at school, and we're eating lunch and he orders fries, and he sees a bottle of malt vinegar on the table at the restaurant, and he points at it. He goes, "Papa, what's that?" And I said, I just shook my head. I'm like, "It's malt vinegar. You'll be disappointed. Stick with your ketchup." We're not going down that path.
Oh yeah.
Oh, good man.
Slid it away from him to my end of the table so he couldn't get curious.
I tell you the best thing to get. Sorry, go ahead.
Kiddo experienced that earlier this summer. We were somewhere and they, where we, the food, we went out to eat and the food, I got a big burger and it came with, the big chip style fries. And I was like, I see those and I instantly think I need a bottle of malt vinegar. I cracked that thing open and started shaking it on the fries, and I just hear the hurricane just go, "Oh!" I'm like, "What?" She's like, "That's disgusting." I'm like, "Oh, what do you know? Shut up. You're 8."
Nice, man. I would say like big chips and that, they're great. Don't get me wrong. Like, grown up on them obviously, but French fries are the way to go. It's the one thing that the French did that I don't hate. It's the one good thing that they did. French fries.
I don't think the French actually did that. I think
in my head, the French did it, and then the French did it.
Well, I understand. I understand it now because the French did it. He's gonna give the French credit for that because damn it, he sure as hell not gonna give the Yanks credit for that because he's still pissed off that we kicked your asses in 1776.
And there it is.
Okay. I forgot it was American as well. Though. I'm not gonna lie. I forgot they were American. Yeah, but fish and chips though. That's like Greek, weirdly. Like our staple food is like Greek or something near there. Because it's all like chip shops and that. Because it's all about the gyro meat, really. Like, I don't know. To be fair, I say that like fish and chips might have been around here for a while, but now it's more about like kebabs and all that. So that part of what a chip shop is Greek, most of it. But the actual fish and chips, I don't know. That might be English. Now I'm saying it out loud.
Well, you guys are making me hungry, so I'm going to go put something in the kitchen. But while I'm doing that, Patrick, you are up first with your first prediction sure to go wrong for 2024. And for posterity, we decided in the pre-show meeting that next December we are going to laugh at ourselves and see how wrong we were about all these bold predictions, or give laurels to the people who actually might get one of them right.
There you go.
On the off chance that someone actually gets one of these right, it's going to be a celebration of that and that accomplishment alone. We will, we'll laugh at the fact that we missed the other, 11 predictions. But if one person gets one right, because damn it, we ain't going to get anything more than that. We'll be lucky if we get one.
Right.
Then we will celebrate that, and like metaphorically we'll hoist them up on our shoulders, and it'll be confetti and fireworks and
champagne.
Champagne wishes and caviar dreams and all that good shit. So my first prediction guaranteed to go wrong. Gunther will defeat Cody Rhodes to win the WWE Championship.
Wow. There's a lot in that.
Yeah.
There's a lot in that there. So Gunther's going to beat Cody for the WWE title.
Yes.
That's Roman's one, just to clarify.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I like that. I like that world.
That
That's
is
the world
that is what I'm going with.
Okay.
I could get behind that world, man, wholeheartedly.
I'm not gonna lie, I could too, especially once the big thing with Gunther came out earlier this week about his dream opponent for WrestleMania.
Oh, what was that? Brock.
Brock.
Yeah.
He's been talking about that for a while, though.
I think he'll lose the title soon.
Shut up and take my money.
Yep.
I think there'll be shenaniganery sometime soon, and I could see that match happening at Mania. That's a match, man.
And if you're right, if he does drop the title to somebody else, then Lesnar Gunther would just be a hoss fight, which fine.
Yeah,
I think that's how you'd want it, because it could be too predictable. I think if the title was still there, because you'd expect Gunther to win, and then after that, who would beat Gunther for the mid-card title when he's already beaten Brock Lesnar?
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, I think Gunther loses it before or around the Rumble, which gives us Lesnar, and maybe even using Lesnar to help facilitate that title change, which sets up WrestleMania, and then Gunther, in defeating Brock, becomes what Brock was at WrestleMania 30. Gunther's the one that beat the unholy shit out of Lesnar.
Right.
And then Rocket.
Yeah. Especially at Mania as well, like, because you had Cody doing it recently, but at Mania, that's a whole, extra thing.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, gentlemen, I'd like to go next because my first bold prediction stands in diametric opposition to part of what Patrick just put forth.
You might have the same prediction as me. I'm interested.
I got a feeling I know where you're going, and I wouldn't be surprised.
Even though the perfect answer is staring them right in the face with Cody Rhodes, WWE is going to have CM Punk be the one to dethrone Roman Reigns after a too short feud with Seth Rollins. I fear, before you rake me over the coals, I'm trying to get in the mind of Stamford, Connecticut, and the Bookers. Yeah. I feel like they think that the iron, you got to strike while the iron is hot now, and you're going to hotshot all these feuds. I think the Punk Rollins angle needs time to simmer some more. Because I said before, Punk doesn't need the title anymore.
No.
He's past that point. But I feel like because they're trying to be smarter than the fans who want Cody to finish his story so badly, and Cody wants to finish his story so badly, that they're just going to do a swerve for the sake of a swerve. And
I'm worried about that, yeah.
Do one off with Rollins, and then somehow he wins Elimination Chamber or something like that, if that's the way that, you get to face Roman or whatever. So that's just, I decided to lead off with that one because it kind of is in opposition to the one Patrick just said, because Patrick's prediction takes into consideration some other things that he unpacked.
Yeah. So, in that world, would there be a Seth and Punk match before it?
No, I think, and I feel like where they're headed is Punk Rollins at the Rumble as a standalone match.
Oh, okay.
In this world, that's where they're
headed.
And then coming off of that, Punk goes to Chamber and wins the Chamber match, however he wins it, and the Chamber match is for the right to face Roman for the undisputed championship.
See, that's how I think Cody gets to Roman, because it ends up being Punk and Cody toward the end of the Rumble. Punk wins the Rumble and wants Rollins. That's what I'm thinking as well. Happen.
Okay, that's
But they've been going. That's the thing, though. Lately, like over the last year, personally, the amount of times a couple of years ago, like 4 or 5 years ago, I remember like saying to people that the only bad thing with WWE is you know exactly what's going to happen. If you've been watching it for a while, you know you can see the beat, you know where it's going. But over the last year or so, like that's changed a lot. You can't always see where it's going. Stuff just not always just for the sake of a swerve, but just a good story
Right.
sometimes or a
And
good
I'll give them
surprise. You
credit
know,
right now. There's all of a sudden some permutations here with Roman that weren't there before because you have AJ Styles back,
Mm.
you have Randy Orton back, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes. All of a sudden, there's multiple guys again,
and
that are
he's
plausible.
got a GM. He's got a GM in charge of him that isn't going to like just do what he says as well now.
I have to go back and watch that clip. I finally saw that. That clip didn't come up last night for me, where he's having the war of words with Nick Aldis. But
that was cool.
Yeah, because Nick Aldis is nobody's pushover.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, look at him in the suit, like he's just there, like I will eat you.
Dear God! First off, Nick Aldis is a massive human being. Second off, I could listen to that dude read the phone book. And third, God, that's a good-looking dude.
Mm-hmm.
We touched on this briefly when he came back as the authority figure.
Hang on, quick question. Who is really winning in that relationship? Mickey James because she's married to him, or Nick Aldis because he's married to her?
I mean, say like
that is a whole lot of winning right there.
Yeah. Mickey James is like she'd be beautiful.
Do we still think?
Well, both.
Yeah, both.
Or an in-ring return at some point.
So, huh?
Far down the line with Nick Aldis, is he going to get back in the ring at some point, or?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Okay.
He didn't retire, did he?
No.
So I think
I didn't know
if
there's anything going on with his health or anything.
No, I think it'll end up being one of those low-key retirements.
Okay.
I could see it just being his way to get in.
Kind of like Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode's a producer now. He's not really wrestling.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Bobby Roode's a producer now.
Oh.
Do you remember how much I marked out when he came out at the show we went to in Canton?
Oh yeah.
I think I had like 12 pictures of him. I'm like, oh my God, it's Bobby Roode, yeah. Because Patrick and I both love that guy.
Oh God, yeah.
The posing, glorious
he has a great theme tune.
Are we to KD?
Yeah, it's KD's turn.
Oh.
I just keep giving sidebars. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm just so happy to be talking to you guys, man.
I mean, this is the point of a podcast any day, We say the thing and then we talk about it. And this one
3.5 years, but we got it.
This one is once again also in conjecture, goes against both of yours, because it's also about the WWE title. I think Roman will hold on to it for another year. I mean, I'm not saying I want it. I don't want it. But they've got Punk and Seth over there,
Brian.
All these dudes.
I just, I'm writing it down for the sake of writing. Write it down. You like writing things down, but.
I mean, I could see it happening, for what one of you said, like, not wanting to give it to Cody.
Is the next number one contender for the championship? Which kid? Is it his daughter? Is it his son? Who's going to come for him next? I mean, we're running out of bloodline people.
Right.
Okay.
So,
do you want to add anything to that, Katie? Roman retains for one more year, or is that all I should write down?
No. I was just wondering. I still don't know how it's going to go, like, as far as who takes it down eventually, like, with the whole Solo thing. I could see Solo still being the one, but I don't know how any of that works anymore. I think I'm just gave up trying to figure it out.
I'm with you. I'm done trying to figure that story out.
So it's easier to just say you'll just keep it.
I got a question for my next one. I can have a bold one, or I can have a bold one. Because I have both on my list.
Go for the gusto, dude. Unless you want to finish it. I know, because I only have 3.
I have 5.
Oh God. Okay, fine. I just have 3, so I'll wait to do another one of mine.
Well, I'm gonna throw one of my big bold ones out.
All right,
go on.
Number of world heavyweight WWE championship reigns for LA Knight? 0.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Single. I can see him being a tag champ.
I can see him being anything except World Heavyweight or WWE. He'll win the US.
Oh.
He'll win the Intercontinental. He won't win either one of the big ones, despite how insanely popular he is.
No, he won't. No, it's not his time.
There are too many people at the top or potentially going to be at the top that will push him down the ladder.
Yeah, he's not going to be.
If he did, it was a hot potato situation, like where he wins it and then loses it the next night or something like that.
He wins it and gets cashed in on.
Right.
Yeah. Possibly, maybe somehow. Somebody that would probably be if one of the big, like Cody wins it and then gets injured or something. Though you know, that's how that would happen. As much as I love LA Knight, that's how it would happen.
Yeah. B, you said you only had 3. Since I have 5, you know what? I'm just going to get one of my low ones out of the way.
Okay. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
At some point in 2024, you will hear this phrase: your winner and new AEW Women's Champion, Julia Hart.
Yeah, could do.
By the way, great entrance thing.
Yeah, it really
Her
is.
entrance is sick.
Since you brought her name up, she's somebody that I'm going to be fighting very hard for at least one Iggy award.
You mean breakout star or most improved? I don't think you're going to be fighting very hard.
Yeah,
she's most improved for me.
Oh, there's no question.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
and she's doing it without talking. She doesn't talk that much.
Nope.
And when she's proving that there's a route to do that.
Dude, but when she does, and she's doing those pre-tape vignettes, they are so freaking good. She's literally, well, not literally, but in her own way, she's doing what Alexa was doing with Bray Wyatt, except not being maniacal.
Yeah. And she's even got like her own like kind of lackey as well now with Sky Blue.
Yeah.
Or Sky Black, maybe.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, Julie, when I was putting the Iggy ballot together for you guys, I got to the most improved, and Julia Hart was the first name I typed down, because how could you not type that name down?
Yeah.
She's going to win one, if not both, of most improved or breakout star.
She's not breakout star for me.
Mine too. I'm going to be honest.
She's not for me. She's not.
She's not? Okay. She's mine for both. What? How did I get balloons?
I have no idea. I thought you had like a bunch of balloons under your table or something, and I'm like, okay.
I was like, duh.
Congratulations, Julia. You just won the award for something.
Apparently.
I
think Skype agrees with you, man.
You're leaving that in, by the way.
I don't think you could take it out.
No.
That's up there with the green screen falling on your head from a couple of years back.
No, the green screen was a lot funnier.
Yes, but still, we're both, Katie and I are both like, happy birthday, Julia. I don't know if it's your birthday or not, but you know.
All right, so yeah, that's my of my 5. That's kind of like the lowest hanging fruit.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
I'll give you another of mine, unless Katie, you want to go. If you want to go ahead.
No, you can go. You're in the order next. I'll just do the same thing that Patrick did, because I've got one extra 2.
Yeah,
okay.
I got 2 more.
Yeah.
Go again. What? Okay.
What the hell? I've literally gotten balloons.
What the hell's happening?
Get your people under control, Patrick. Let's.
I'm not doing anything.
Okay.
Oh, said he's not doing it. He said he's not doing it.
This one, given recent injury news, might not seem as far-fetched as I thought when I wrote it down earlier in the week. Because I had to change the wording of it. But the injury to Charlotte Flair necessitates the return to WWE of Sasha Banks as soon as the Royal Rumble.
Really good point.
I feel like I feel like with her being gone for 9 months, they feel like maybe Charlotte creates too big a void, and they don't have enough other people to fill that void other than the obvious names that you could rattle off now.
And she'll be up for it more with Triple H being in charge of it all.
Yeah, so I feel like Sasha's return is almost inevitable at this point.
I don't think that's a bold prediction at all. I think hey guys, I think we might be celebrating one.
Where's our balloons, Patrick?
It's quite bold to say by like Royal Rumble though. That's bold. But it could do. She could pop up at the Rumble. It'd be great.
I think she's a free agent right now. Like she's free to sign with whomever right now.
She is.
But is she healthy yet?
I think so.
Yeah.
It would not surprise me one bit if she's, number 28, number 29, number 30 in the Rumble.
Yeah, totally.
Wouldn't surprise me at all.
Imagine how happy Michael Cole would be.
It's boss time!
You could just hear it in his voice. He'd be so happy.
That, Katie, I was excited about this prediction, but now.
But here's the thing, though. The way Michael Cole's changed everything ever since he's gotten off the leash of Vince McMahon, he might not say it.
No, you got to say that, though. You just got to.
You know what that just made me think of? It made me think of all those TL Hopper Cups where I would put a number of times Michael Cole says vintage, and he wouldn't say it. I get so angry because that was points I was giving up because I'm like, say it. You love to say it. Say it. Everybody's sitting in the living room just laughing at me because Brian doesn't get any points for vintage.
Yeah.
The funny thing is that word and boss time is for Michael Cole is vintage Cole.
Yeah.
It's like a meta.
Don't forget, here comes the big dog.
Yeah.
Dog.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's got several.
B, how many more do you have left?
One.
Katie, how many more do you have left? I'm going to save
the most far-fetched for the last.
3 at the moment. No, 4 at the moment.
Jesus
Christ. You have 4 left at the moment?
I got the same as you, so if I do 2 now, then I'll have 2 left.
Okay, cool, because I have 2 left.
Yeah. So this is with the last one on the turn, so this is my second lot.
All right, so get 2 of them out of the way right now.
Yeah. I'll do the same. I'll go for the one which is fucking thing got in the way, YouTube. Okay, which one's the least?
If that's his bold prediction. Okay. There's going to be fucking on WWE.
Those days are gone, man. I remember pausing that Lita and Edge sex show like when I was a kid. Okay, I think this is the least, the most likely, I'd say, that at some point in 2024, Jade Cargill will become a women's champion.
That's not far-fetched at all, because the way you phrased it,
WWE,
a women's champion, she could easily win it in NXT.
Yeah. I think they want to bring us straight to WWE from what I'm seeing though.
I wouldn't be
I'll leave WWE out of there for the sake of your prediction, KD, because you said it without WWE in the beginning. So that's how
you said a women's title. So
well, I would still consider NXT a WWE women's title anyway.
As would I. Because let's be honest, NXT is back to being NXT.
It's a third brand now. It really is.
We are well past the rotting cesspool that was NXT 2.0, and we're back to actually NXT.
Yeah, I disagree. I don't think we're back to NXT. I think we're what NXT should have been now. I think this is a new NXT. This is an NXT where it's like it's going along with WWE. You see people going over. You got the NXT North American champion on the shows all the time.
I agree with that. I'm looking in terms of the excitement, not necessarily the in-ring product, but the excitement about it. Because damn it, I was watching Deadline, and that last minute when Trick Williams went absolutely off, that place went ballistic.
Yeah, it was really good.
Oh, it was good. And literally watching his entrance, I'm like, that is a fucking star right there. That dude is straight up money. I would be willing to put down he will win one of the two big ones in 2025. I
thought like 2026 or something, but yeah, somewhere.
I would be surprised to see he'll be up. This is not a prediction. This is not one of the official predictions. He'll be up before the end of 2024.
Yeah. Probably.
Wrote it down.
He very well could be.
He'll be up before the end of 2024. And you know what I can't wait for? I can't wait for New Year's Evil to see Carmelo screw Trick out of the title, and then we get Trick versus Carmelo at Stand and Deliver. Hell yes.
Yep, that's a story right there for the telling.
Right.
Screw the story. I want to see the match.
I'm going to give you one that's a bit more obscure now, which I hope would never happen, but, it could. I could see it. Logan Paul will not only hold on to the US title, he will also get the Intercontinental title too and merge them. I've been thinking that's going to happen for a while. They'll do the same thing. I say merge them, do the same thing that the tag titles have done to the mid-card, one mid-card title going over both shows.
God, I hope not.
He should not be the one to do it, but
All right. So Brian has one. Katie and I both have two. So let's go ahead and level the playing field. Katie and I will each get one more out of the way.
Okay.
And we will leave the big ones for last.
Okay.
At some point in 2024, you will hear this phrase. Your winner and new WWE Intercontinental Champion, Braun Breaker.
He is at the point, I think, where there's nothing left. He's kind of like insert name of past person here. Samoa Joe, Keith Lee, Finn Balor, guys that had nothing left to prove in NXT.
Right.
Like they did all the character development they could. They won all the championships they could. They had the longest reign they could, and it was time to like bring new people up and move them along that developmental ladder. I feel like we're at that point with Braun Breaker. He's been a beloved babyface. He's been a dastardly heel. He's explored both sides of that coin, and he's also been the face of NXT for a lot of that time. The guy that everybody was chasing and measuring themselves against. So I feel like it's only a natural progression that he comes up to the main roster and does something there.
Can we please keep him healing? For the love of God, can we please get him some better damn ring entrance music? Because his entrance theme sucks ass.
Right. I don't actually know his entrance theme. Like I haven't seen that much of Braun Breaker at all, but what I have seen, like I really enjoyed it. Like that dude is he is
the best way to describe Braun Breaker. He is his father, meets his uncle, meets Goldberg.
Okay, yeah.
He's a bruiser, but he's also smooth as silk.
Oh my God, yeah.
Which is a rare combination.
He has that technical ability that his dad had, despite also being a bruiser. He has the explosiveness in terms of like the suplexes that Scott has, and he just has the sheer athletic explosiveness that Goldberg had.
Yeah. I've never seen anyone fly across a ring like he does.
Dude, you see Braun Breaker spear someone, you will see Braun Breaker. You see Braun Breaker spear someone, you will learn very quickly that Goldberg was his favorite wrestler when he was a kid.
Yeah, like he just destroyed in that Iron Survivor match.
Oh my God. He hit the ring and 40 seconds later had 3 falls. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
All right, so that of the 2 that I had left, that one's not the big Hail Mary.
Yeah.
The Hail Marys is next.
Yeah, okay. Well, so for my one then to catch up then, Yeah, this one's more likely than the other one, I think. Well, not. I think they're both likely, actually. I think both of these are going to happen, but I also think they're bold predictions. This one, Punk will not get in any trouble whatsoever for the whole of 2024. None. He will be squeaky clean. We'll be like, yo, what's going on with CM Punk? He's like a business. He's like a company man now. He's seen what it's like to work in a bad place, you know. And I enjoy AEW now as well a lot more than I used to. But backstage, it sounds hellacious. I mean, they've got rid of the best person now. They've got rid of Matt Jackson's wife, whatever her name is. She's no longer the head of the merchandise. I mean, they're done now.
Really?
Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
I love listening to KD run down AEW. It's so fun.
I don't mind it either. All right.
I like AEW. You know, I don't dislike it. It's just not WWE. That's all.
Yeah, I dislike it.
A lot.
I dislike most of it. All
like
right,
it or
so
dislike.
each of us have 3 big ones left. So who wants to go?
I'll go because this is the classic definition of a Hail Mary.
Mine too.
The only big name that I can think of from New Japan Pro Wrestling who does not currently have a working relationship with AEW and could potentially show up at a WWE event somewhere to wrestle is Tetsuya Naito. And I'll say why. He fits the profile. His age, he's 41. He's still got enough name recognition as the leader of Los Ingobernables de Japón. I'd probably butcher the pronunciation. It's his
to say.
Los Ingobernables de Japón.
Yes, there it is.
Oh, cool. I'm glad they use such an easy name for everyone to say. That's great.
Yeah. There'll be subtitles. We'll put the subtitles in post-production.
Nobody freaking modes.
I just feel like there's probably somebody in the office, the booking department, that feels like we got to get a New Japan name on one of our shows. And Tetsuya Naito would be as good of a name as any because all the other big ones have already appeared on AEW programming somehow. Okada has, Ospreay has, Tanahashi has, and so on and so forth. So Naito is really the only one that I could think of that hasn't appeared stateside somewhere recently.
Okada is about to be a free agent.
Shibata,
but I don't think I don't think he goes to WWE.
Did you hear Shibata? He's signed now with AEW.
Oh, nice.
Although if he did, that would be a huge get. I just figured there was no way Okada would consider it.
I also didn't think there was a single way that Shohei Ohtani would have signed with the Dodgers, but guess what? Shohei Ohtani signed with the fucking Dodgers. Anyway, moving right along.
I can see because I know this guy as well. I don't know many Japanese wrestlers or anything. I've never really been into Japanese wrestling, but I know this guy. Like I never knew the name. I had to have a look at it, and I could, with his look and stuff, I could possibly see him coming over to WWE for a bit. But his age is the only thing that would make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Naito.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
to me, if they were going to do a New Japan name, they would have to hit a home run, and the only name that fits that would be Kazuchika Okada.
They could steal.
Whereas Naito's more like a double up the right field line.
Exactly. So I'm going to throw mine out there, and I'll let KD go last because mine is. I'm going to be honest. I think mine's a bigger Hail Mary than Bryant's. Your winner and new WWE World Heavyweight Champion, MJF.
See, I don't know. I feel like he would have the same issue in WWE as LA Knight that we were just talking about. Like,
He is
I don't think he
too-
would have the same issue that LA Knight does because MJF is younger, he's better on the microphone, he's proven this whole year that he can wrestle any style of match you want.
And
but
also,
not this year, though. I'm saying. This is the other people.
MJF is red hot, and him leaving AEW in the bidding war of 2024 and going to WWE would be him leaving like supernova white hot.
True.
So the only thing to do would be thrust him right into the mix because people will know who he is.
Yeah, 100%.
And that and let kind of future booking this a little bit. That's the perfect person to put up against your new world heavyweight champion CM Punk.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The
That's a
only
good point.
hesitation I have, and maybe MJF doesn't operate like this, maybe it's just show me the money. But after the year he's had, the money he's drawn, the merch he's moved, the feuds he's had, the storyline with Adam Cole, making, chicken salad out of the chicken, that it was at the beginning. I feel like maybe he's satisfied being in the spot that he's in, or does he think, I want to be the biggest fish in the biggest pond, and the biggest pond clearly is WWE, so I'm going to go there. Yeah. So the more I think about it,
show me the money.
And they will, because they can.
They will.
Yeah. KD, what's your big Hail Mary prediction?
It's kind of in the same vein again of them WWE wanting to go against AEW. I just heard them because there's still that powerful business thing, AEW will lose its current TV rights specifically to WWE.
Wouldn't surprise me.
No.
Wouldn't surprise me.
It seems crazy because from what I've heard, it seems like quite likely that Warner Discovery, they have some kind of percentage in AEW. But if WWE come over, I think they got enough money. They won't want to be on the same network as another wrestling. They've got enough to. They'll be like, yeah, forget about it. We don't care.
They would boot AEW off their network, just like TNN/Spike TV dumped ECW in favor of WWE. Same thing would happen. And to be completely honest, that happening could very well be a death nail in the casket of AEW, which, in my opinion, would be the worst thing to ever happen to pro wrestling. Not because I'm an AEW fan, but because if AEW fails, that's it. There will never be another promotion that will try to compete with WWE again. And we lose all of this magic that happens. So that is a prediction that I pray doesn't come true.
I think it will happen, but I also think they'll be fine. I think their audience that they've got are there. They're not going anywhere. At the very least, they are not going anywhere.
Their audience isn't going anywhere, but their TV. But who's going to pick them up?
Somebody else will. They got the numbers. They got enough numbers to make it worthwhile for somebody.
They don't.
And Tony's got the money that he doesn't need it as well.
They don't break 1 million viewers a week. Tony Khan likes to talk about how. Dynamite is the most watched show on cable, on cable on Wednesday nights. Okay, cool. There's also nothing else on Wednesday night, so therefore, therefore you're still not breaking 1 million viewers when there's nothing else on.
Yeah, you're still doing you're doing something there though.
Right, but WWE on Monday nights is still pulling in 2.5, 3 million viewers in America alone. And we're in the middle of a goddamn NFL football season. And the NFL this year has been fun.
I didn't know it was that much of a difference. To be fair, I thought it was lesser than that. Like, so it didn't surprise me. So, yeah, okay.
I mean, WWE is pulling in massive numbers right now as we're getting into the third quarter of the NFL season. We're a few weeks away from the playoffs, which, that's leading to literally the biggest event in sports across the globe, the damn Super Bowl. I mean, and WWE is pulling in numbers.
Yeah, they're doing like, obviously you can't compare it to numbers from back in the day from what I've heard, like Attitude Era and that, but they're doing great right now, aren't they? More money than I've ever had anyway.
Right. So we move on to the next topic because this is going to be fun. And obviously shows run a little long, so maybe we kind of speed this up a tad.
I've only really got 2 anyway here.
Well, I got 4, and it's easy. So when you're down and you're feeling blue, and you look out your window and all you see is rain, and it all sucks, and you're just pissed off at the world, or you watch AEW and see Penta versus Orange Cassidy, and the night of dueling Canadian destroyers.
Oh no, I don't know. You can't hate on Orange Cassidy though.
Like, I can't hate on Orange Cassidy with the exception of that spot, and that spot is unfucking forgivable.
I don't remember that too funny.
And also, watching AEW and seeing someone like Keith Lee be on TV once every 6 months.
There you go.
Yeah, again, unforgivable.
I reckon he must be awkward backstage or something. It's the only thing I can imagine.
Oh my God, I don't know what the hell. Anyway, but when you're pissed off at the world, more specifically, when you're pissed off at the wrestling world.
There you go.
What matches do you like to pull up on whatever streaming service you can get your hands on to make you feel like there's still hope for this crazy little show and this crazy little niche of entertainment that we all love? So what are your go-to matches to make you feel good?
Yeah, the topic came up for me because when I first got on Twitter back in the day, and I started following the wrestling people that I follow, there was a hashtag going around called Your Ring Struck 4, because you could put 4 like screen grabs on at once, and they would be in the little window panes and stuff like that. And here's my Ring Struck 4 and stuff like that. So that's why I have 4 of them, and I'll just list all 4 of them because loyal listeners to the show and viewers of the show probably can predict some of these, and you probably know where I'm going with them.
Iron Man match from Judgment Day.
Yes, that's one of them. The Rock versus Triple H from Judgment Day 2000.
Bayley versus Samoa Joe versus Finn Balor in an orgy match.
Oh, that's where you went off the rails. Bayley versus Sasha Banks from TakeOver Brooklyn. I go back and forth between that one and the Iron Woman match the next month, but
Brooklyn was better.
And then AJ Styles versus Finn Balor from TLC 2017, a match that was basically created out of thin air because Bray got sick and a whole bunch of other people got sick, so they gave AJ Styles to Raw for one night, and they just created magic. 2 leaders of Bullet Club going at it. And then the newest entry on this list is from Revolution 2020, Pac versus Orange Cassidy. The match where I finally watched Orange Cassidy at length and like, okay, I understand now.
Yeah, when you get it.
And then he proceeded to have bangers with other people after that. But that was the first time where I kind of sat up and took notice.
And evolved as well since then. That's the thing. He's kept evolving so much more than others.
So, Katie, I'll let Katie go last on this one once again because it's just the gentlemanly thing to do. I have one AEW match, and then the rest are under the WWE umbrella. The AEW match is actually very, very recent. Hangman and Swerve.
Yeah.
That just beautifully violent. And I'm like,
really
man,
was.
this is good. So Hangman Swerve in the Texas Death Match.
I think Swerve is my new favorite AEW wrestler.
Yeah, me too. Easily. I always go back to NXT Takeover Toronto with the artist now known as FTR versus DIY in the 2 out of 3 falls match for the tag titles. That one's always great. Then really throwing back, Halloween Havoc 1996, I believe. Rey Mysterio versus Eddie Guerrero.
Purple suit.
Yes, Rey in the purple suit.
Yeah.
Doesn't get much better than that. And then, I have, this violent classic, and then I have this tag team classic, and I have this lucha classic, and then I have the absolute hilarious shit show that it was. What do you think I'm going to say, Brian?
Are you going to say Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn from WrestleMania?
Yes!
Oh, God.
That match. So I have said it on this show plenty of times, and I stand behind this. If I'm ever really down, I always pull up the Hall of Fame induction of one Bobby the Brain Heenan and laugh my ass off. I can add this match to that list as well. I watched Sammy versus Johnny Knoxville at WrestleMania last year and just laugh. And I look back on it now thinking, this match literally turned Sami Zayn's career around.
Yep. Because he was rudderless before that.
Oh, yeah. This match turned his career around.
And Vince McMahon, getting in trouble that first time, and then suddenly Sami Zayn was, in vignettes with Roman. That and that.
Yeah. But yeah, those are my 4 honorable mention, just because it's my favorite match of all time. The very first War Games.
Yeah.
Just to see J.J. Dillon get power bombed onto his shoulder and literally break his shoulder. Hawk power bombed him. J.J. Dillon's feet, hit the cage. So therefore he couldn't rotate all the way up, and Hawk just dumped him. And his shoulder just goes.
But good job he only hurt his shoulder in that case, then, from the sound of it.
Oh, yeah. No.
Yeah,
it could have been a lot worse. But yeah. J.J. Dillon's shoulder literally ended up at his chin.
Do you want I got 4 now then?
Sure. Let's hear them.
Okay. I'll go first with the only AEW one on here for me. I think anyway. I was going more more past ones, Cody versus Dustin from, I think, Double or Nothing, when they both bled way too much.
Oh, that was good.
Taker versus Mankind from King of the Ring with the Hell in a Cell, for obvious reasons. A Royal Rumble.
God Almighty, they killed him.
No, they did twice. A Royal Rumble, but I was torn on which one, and I think I'll go for. It's always the ones in Madison Square Garden because I love the setup with the small entranceway.
Yeah.
I think the one with Rock that ended with the Rock and Big Show. That's the one I always remember most. Okay, that might be good just because of the age when I watched it then, but that sticks out in my head the most. And my silly one, you inspired me with it. My silly one, Firefly Funhouse. Because I enjoyed that at the time, and I enjoyed it every time I've seen it since, and it has even more meaning now, obviously, since way past.
I'll tell you what, folks out there wrestling with Eagles of Land, you could do worse than queue up any of these 12. I mean, there's some wonderful matches in there.
You know what? As well, I'm going to have to totally check out some of your guys' episodes, matches that you said.
Yeah.
Patrick's Takeover Toronto 2 out of 3 falls match is chef's kiss.
Oh yeah.
I'd if you were gonna pick one to start with, I'd start with that one.
in my opinion, and this is, keep in mind, the Revival, FTR, was still in NXT at this point. But that was the night they cemented their place as the best tag team on the planet.
Mm.
RJ will argue with me until he's blue in the face because it was, and in his mind still is the Young Bucks. But I'm like, no, that night, the Revival became the best goddamn tag team on the planet. I'd
argue either them or maybe the Usos for me. I still see them as a tag team even now.
I do too.
You know they're coming back eventually.
Yeah, but after they beat the shit out of each other at WrestleMania 40.
Oh yeah. It'd be good.
And I gotta be honest, there's a lot of matches we may or may not get at WrestleMania 40, but if we don't get that one, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah, I really
need to have that one.
Yeah, if we don't get that one at WrestleMania 40, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah, and I don't think they'll get back together straight away either. Like after, I think it'll be a while still, but I think it'll still be this year or next year.
Yeah. They'll do it like around Survivor Series or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, Jay will need some help at War Games or some shit like that, and then Jimmy will come to his aid. And
especially if the bloodline's been dissolved, because like Reigns losing his title and it disappears for ages or whatever. Solo's like, just doing his own thing.
Dude, let's be honest. Roman loses, we might get one more match out of him as like the return match, but after that, he's gone for at least 9 months, if not permanently.
Yeah.
For the rest of the year.
Because I got to be honest. Let's kind of look at this real quick, and this is where we'll end it. Roman loses, whenever that is. Where does he go from there?
Mm-hmm.
Into the Hall of Fame, probably.
It'd be like a Brock Lesnar level, I guess.
Initially, here's what I say: where does Roman Reigns go from there? Home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally,
he's certainly earned it.
Yeah, that's where he's been for the last for most of his title reign anyway.
Yeah, I mean, literally, he can do like Kevin Costner in the movie For Love of the Game, and on his boots, tell them I'm through for love of the game, leave him in the ring, and that's it.
Yeah.
And he's walking down the ramp in his sock feet, and everybody in whatever arena it is.
Mm-hmm.
I'll
still waving my finger. I'll always put my ones up to the air.
Very much so. Well, gentlemen, go ahead and get out of here. Just want to let you guys know, got you the same thing for Christmas this year that I got you last year.
Oh, wait, you didn't get me anything last year?
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah.
Do you realize that if I was going to send you anything, it would probably be alcohol, and can't really send that internationally? That
doesn't sound like something you can do.
Massive no.
Yeah, it doesn't sound good.
And again, as always, my part of the show is being brought to you by Ben's Hard Cider.
What's wrong with that?
My part of the show is being brought to you by
all
cigarettes.
For your support throughout 2023, the uptick in viewership and downloads on the podcast side of things, the audio side of things. We appreciate you spreading the good word. You can find us on all your podcast platforms: Spotify, Google, Apple, iHeartRadio, Amazon, and on YouTube. Spread the word. Word of mouth is still the best way to get the viewership up. We will look forward to joining you in 2024 when one of our first episodes, probably the first episode of 2024, is going to be our annual Iggy Awards, where we celebrate the best and the not so best, in some cases, of 2023.
I'll get dressed up.
I can't wait, because we have the memorial award that we always give out, and the person whose namesake has returned. So
yeah, she's a shame.
Yeah, she's not worthy of it this year, though.
She's always worthy of it.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I'll give you that.
So for KD across the pond and for Patrick, this is the intellectual savior of the wrestling masses, Brian, signing off, and Patrick wants to get in there one more time.
Let me wrap this one up. So as they would say over across the pond, Happy Christmas, and I leave you with this. And I heard him exclaim as they drove out of sight, Merry Christmas to all, and to all, let's fight!
I mean, we say Merry Christmas too. So.
Well, I've always heard Happy Christmas, so that's what I was going with.
No, it's always Merry over here. What we do?
Oh, crap, what the hell did I do?